The woodcutter walked out into the morning. The sky had lightened. The first birds were beginning. The path through the trees was the same he had walked yesterday, and for as long as he could remember. But today he saw it differently. The leaves still on the branches were already on their way down. The morning, fresh as it was already moving, quietly, into the long blue light that comes before the dark. Everything that had been born this morning was already, almost imperceptibly, beginning to age. The Buddha called this Jara-Marana, aging and death. Jara-Marana is the 12th and final link of dependent origination, what every born thing inherits the moment it is born. Whatever arises must change. Whatever is born must age. Whatever is alive must, in time, let go. The word jara in Pali means aging, the slow loosening of what was once tightly held together. Marana means death, when that loosening completes itself. The Buddha taught Jara-Marana again at two scales. The first is the great cycle, the aging of the body, the hair turning gray, the strength of the legs giving way, the illnesses that arrive without invitation, and at last, the death that ends the lifetime, the breath that began at jati, quietly letting go. The second is the moment-by-moment scale. Every born self of the day, every identity that arose at some morning threshold, also ages, also dies. The morning self gone by noon, the noon self gone by evening, the angry self of an hour ago, already softening into a different self, which will itself dissolve before the night. Each one carries the same inheritance: aging, death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, despair. This is the fruit of the chain, not a punishment, not a curse. Simply the natural ending of any process that began in not seeing, ran through clinging, and arrived at a born self. A born self ages. A born self grieves. A born self lets go. Look at your own life. The body you had at 20 is gone. The friends who walked beside you in childhood are scattered. The version of yourself you most recently believed yourself to be is already, quietly, dissolving into a slightly different one. This is Jara-Marana, not somewhere else, not in some future hour, here, now. In every moment that is also, somewhere, ending. The woodcutter swung the axe. The blade met the wood. The wood gave, then split, then fell. A small ending, 1,000 times repeated across the day. He carried the bundle home in the late light. He saw his wife waiting at the door, older now than when they first met, the warmth in her eyes the same. He saw his children, taller than last winter. He saw the small rise of earth at the back of the field where his father lay buried. The wheel had completed itself in him in a single day. Avijja, the not seeing. Sankhara, the patterning. Vijnana, consciousness arising. Nama Rupa, the world named. Salayatana, the 6 gates opening. Phassa, contact. Vedana, feeling. Tanha, craving. Upadana, clinging. Bhava, becoming. Jati, birth. Jara-Marana, aging and death. And then again, unless seen, the not seeing returns, and on. This is samsara, the wheel that turns because each link conditions the next, and the last link, instead of ending the chain, quietly seeds the first. The Buddha's great teaching is that the chain can be broken. When avijja ceases, sankhara ceases. When sankhara ceases, vijnana ceases. And so, link by link, all the way to the cessation of Jara-Marana, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, despair. Not because life ends, because the chain that produces suffering loses its grip, link by link, when each link is finally seen. This is the way out, not by escape, not by force, by seeing, by being present again and again at the link arising in you now until the seeing loosens it. The woodcutter sat by his hearth that evening. He lit the fire. He watched the flames take. He knew this fire would also one day go cold, that the family settling around him would, in time, change shape and pass. And yet, there was no panic. There was no grief. Only a deep, quiet attention, the kind that sees the whole wheel and is not itself on it. He ate. He listened to his wife speak of the day. He laid down beside her in the dark. The wheel turned around him, but slowly it had stopped turning him. This completes the 12 links of dependent origination. The woodcutter has walked the chain in a single day, from the not seeing before dawn to the aging and dying of every breath, every self, every fire. In the next series, we begin the 4 foundations of mindfulness, the practice of staying present at every link as it arises, so that the chain, slowly, begins to lose its hold. If this walk has landed somewhere real in you, please subscribe and keep walking this path with us. The wheel will keep turning, but the one who watches it need no longer be turned with it.